Okay, and I think we're good. I think we're good. I don't know how well this is streaming. Anyways, hi, hello. Uh, so, uh, I don't know how entertaining I'm gonna be. Yes, it's me. Hi. I don't know how entertaining I'm gonna be. Because first off, starting animation stuff, there's a lot of really tedious work that has to go into it. So that's gonna be a problem right off the bat. And then on top of that, it's been a little while since I've made something move, and it's certainly been a lot longer since I've made something move in my own style. So that's gonna be its own kind of challenge. So yeah, I don't fully know what I'm doing, to just be fully honest. But we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. So yeah, what we've got going on here. Yeah, as much as I imply it's black magic, there's a lot more work that goes into it than I give off. So yeah, what we've got here is my good old boy Astro Dan. I vaguely know what I'm doing. I vaguely know. I know um like the general basis of how to move things. I know that much, but just to give like a little bit of an example, um, uh, let me just see if I can find this. Yeah, I am new to this thing in ToomBoom that is called the node view. That's this thing up here. Now, uh, right now it doesn't seem too bad. But sometimes, like every time you make something, it shows up in here. And when you start off, you know, it doesn't seem too bad. Like there's just like a little bit of overlap, like this bit here. So that's not too unmanageable. But then you get like stuff like this, which is a little bit much. Not gonna lie. So that's mostly what like where my lack of experience comes from. You know. So yeah, it's probably gonna get a little bit out of hand. Maybe not that crazy. Maybe not that crazy, but a little bit much. So yeah, at any rate, this is our boy Astro Dan. I originally designed him back when I was in college for a class assignment. And it was basically just to just make a character do a little dance to the timing of a beat. Um that animation wasn't very good. I got um oh yeah, it hurt me too. Sorry, catching up on chat, a little bit of lag here, but that's okay. Um so yeah, the animation wasn't very good. I got good marks on it because I went like above and beyond what was required. Because I gave him a little bit of shading, I made him look all nice, and then I made a big fancy background for him, which you can see in the thumbnail for this stream. Um, so although it's not going to be like as his moveset isn't going to be like as extravagant as this is as like the previous assignment thing was, um, it's still gonna probably look a lot better. Um, mainly, I think the issue with it was the fact that I just kind of um like made him swap for the majority of his moves. He like swapped between two positions, and I just kind of like copied the keys and pasted them in like reverse, and that didn't really look very good. So yeah, it didn't. I digress. It didn't look very nice. Um, So I wanted to do it better. Now, I drew this boy a few months ago because I wanted to enter in this kind of collab jam for work, where they would just have, like, the characters just doing their thing, like doing a little dance with some music and backgrounds and stuff added to it. I had every intention of doing this, but my software just wasn't really having it that week at all, at all. Um, so unfortunately, that didn't end up happening. Which, a little bit upsetting, but I got it working now, and that's the important thing. So that's basically what we're probably going to be doing today, is just taking this boy and making him move. So I've got, like, I'm gonna mute this very quickly because it's gonna get very annoying very, very quickly. And I've got, like, basically where my keys are set as is. So I've just got him, like, flipping back and forth, doing his thing, and little beat going on in the back, little metronome. There we go. There's our animation all done here. Thanks for coming. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, just gonna quickly turn the sound off. I'm not gonna hear it anymore. So yeah, not gonna really make him dance to a song necessarily. Just kind of have him do his little, like, jam thing all by his lonesome. I considered, like, because for the original assignment, what I had him dance to was a song. I think it was called Interstellar by Laszlo. It was like one of those Monster Cat songs, so, like, it'd be very easy for you to find it yourself, I imagine. And I thought originally they did, like, an updated, like, a VIP, I guess would be the best way to call it, of their song that I don't remember the name of that version. Also space themed, but yeah, that's not copyright free. Don't really want to risk it using that, so that's not happening. So yeah, he's just gonna be doing his own little thing quietly to himself, really, really lonely. Okay. So again, fair warning, this could get very, very dull very fast. Because literally the first thing we're gonna do is I'm going to trace over top of this and because I can't really do this in the software here. I'm just gonna trace over top of this boy and get it to line up, so that his feet don't slide or move at all. Because that's like a really, really big no-no in animation. You can't really have him. You can't have feet sliding. You have to keep them, like, really, really planted. And on top of that, as you can see, this boy is not symmetrical. He's got, like, this antenna thing on one side, and this little tube thing, and his, like, not really his dial pad, I guess, control pad, like this thing, and then probably the highlight would move. So yeah, that's basically what we're gonna start off doing. Is I'm just gonna have to trace over this in its entirety, and then try and figure out how all of this stuff would look, on the other side of his body. Now, I ordinarily, how you would go about doing this kind of thing is, you would have a model sheet to work off of. I highly recommend using one and not doing what I'm doing here. I'm just doing this because I'm lazy, and just really, really want to focus more on the practicing aspect of it. So we're just gonna, like, dive right in without any kind of prep work at all. So yeah, here we go. Also, this is my first time drawing in this program with my big fancy machine that I have here. So we might hit a few roadblocks in how my my like button layout is set up. I could just like press one button that I ordinarily would use no problem, and it could just break everything. So yeah. I'm going to basically what I'm gonna end up doing is just like kind of having everything move sort of at the same time, but settling at different speeds. And I'm also gonna try and I'll keep like the body pretty much on model, but I'm going to see what I can do about giving his what's the word for it? His arms like some smear frames. So again, not really sure how that's gonna turn out, but we'll just see. We'll just see. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started by going to this frame here and just straight up tracing over top of it. Although, oh boy, these are a lot more settings than I'm used to. Okay. Just gonna crank that brush size down. Now, when I was at work, this brush was extremely temperamental. It just, like, whenever we, like, booted the software up, like, sometimes it would launch with a brush that looked kind of like this, but sometimes it'll just have, like, the minimum size just cranked way, way, way up to the point where it's not even useful anymore. And then the eraser tool. Now this right here is passable, but sometimes it would launch with I don't even see like these. Oh, right down here. Okay. So sometimes it would launch with this like really, really soft eraser brush, which unless you use a pen or pencil tool that actually like uses a soft brush, it's literally not going to do anything. So yeah, that usually ended up being a pretty big annoyance. So yeah, I'm just cranking up these brush settings in a window off on my other monitor. So yeah, also going to slap on some music in the background. If you don't like it, you can let me know and I can change it or I cannot. I don't know. I'm just gonna play whatever and just see what happens. And also I'd like to keep it kind of not necessarily copyright free but safe. I'm mostly gonna be doing game soundtracks. So here we go. Here we go. Also, if you have like questions at all, I'll try and see what I can do about answering them for you. Not really a big fan of the zoom tool in here, and there's no. If this is a pan. Yes, this is a pan. Okay. And then I'm also gonna pick a red so that I can actually see what I'm doing. And just sketch it out real loose. When also ordinarily I would have the chat up on screen here, like up in the corner here. I just pointed at my screen. That's not helpful. Over here. But I'm deciding from now on like not to do that because YouTube has implemented this whole like chat replay thing. So there's no real point in me eating up screen space. Yeah, It is a little bit of a mouthful, a little bit. I mean, it certainly doesn't help that there's different editions as well. So you've got like a standard one that goes by a name that I don't remember. You've got premium, you have advanced, you know, different costs, I guess you could put it. I'm likely going to be doing this rigged, by the way, just because that's a bit the easiest I could do with this. I haven't really had a whole lot of experience doing frame-by-frame stuff, and you know, that's probably kind of the thing that I would want to do on my own time without people watching, because, you know, I can just mess up on my own time, you know. And not have, you know, who knows how many people watching my every mistake that I make. This one cuts down on the level of mistakes drastically. Oh, geez, that's a lot. That's a big investment. I haven't really used Clip Studio personally, so I wouldn't really know what its tool set is like. It's not terribly hard once you get the hang of it. It also is dependent on what program you're using too. That also makes things a little bit more difficult, because rigging in ToomBoom is a lot different than it is in Flash, and you know, a lot better in my opinion. So yeah, sorry if people in chat like Flash. I don't, and I'll talk a lot of bad about it, because I'm not a big fan of the way that it works. And I mean, that might just be a bias from starting in ToomBoom stuff, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Also, it might be a little difficult for me to read comments, since I'd have a tough time getting any further away from the chat box with how I'm set up over here. So I'll just have to remind myself to pause and take a look every so often. Yeah, there's just a lot about Flash that doesn't really work for me. Like, okay, so basically how, like, this program works here is, I'll just do, like, a really loose sketch up here. So say you've got, like, an arm, right? What you can do is, you've got, like, you know, really badly drawn arm here, and then you've got the lower arm here, and then you've got really, really garbage hand. Perfect. Okay. So how ToomBoom works is that you can parent, you know, these different objects. Like, in order to rig stuff, you have to have, like, everything separated. So you'd have you know, the arm or the hand on one like segment or layer, this part of the arm on another, and this one on another. Like how the parenting system would work is that you can like grab each of these separately, and whatever is like parented to what, it'll move everything underneath it. So if you were to grab like this bit here, like from like a peg around there, then you would be able to just like move the arm just like that, wherever you would need it to be. But the way that Flash goes about it, it's hard to really like describe, but everything just kind of like, it has no parenting system. So like if I were to grab this arm and try and move it, it would just move like that part, which is obviously not helpful. So you have to like grab each part of the arm individually, and then line up this pivot point in order to get things to it. So yeah, I don't like the way that that's set up. And then the drawing tools are really not good in comparison to the stuff that you get here. Because Flash is really just made for like vector-based stuff with like a pen tool where you don't really like necessarily draw, but just have like a line that you just bend and curve to match up with what a brush stroke would be. Yeah, it doesn't end up looking as nice when I touch it anyways. So yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it personally. I'm probably going to have to learn how it works at some point, but yeah, it's not very, it seems very user unfriendly. And then on top of that, the way that it sets up files is not very good either. Well, this has onion skinning too. Also, another thing. From what my understanding with the onion skinning stuff in Flash is, you can only onion skin up to a certain number of frames. With this one, it's however long you want. Yeah, that's another thing about Flash that I don't like. That just, it has a very easy tendency to just break. And that's especially true in how it saves things. Because how ToomBoom like save like how its save system works is that it basically will have every part of this project in a different like subfolder or subfile within a folder, so that if anything corrupts or breaks, then all you lose is just like that one part. So like the audio or a piece of the rig or like a keyframe or, you know, something like that. Because I've had a project in a ToomBoom program like corrupt on me, but all I lost was just like one arm drawing, and that was it. I just have to redraw that arm, and that was all I lost. I've had how Flash saves things is it has everything contained in one kind of folder. It saves the same way that like I can't really think of like a good enough comparison, but it saves everything in something self-contained, and because of that, if anything breaks, your whole file is ruined. So I've only during my time in college, I've only ever had to do one assignment in Flash, and I had that assignment corrupt on me not once but twice. And when that happens, you lose all of it. It's game over. You have to start right from the beginning again. So yeah, that's the main reason why I don't like working. Oh, see, now they might be discontinuing Flash proper, but they have a newer software that's called Adobe Animate, which is, it's basically just Flash. Flash, but a little bit different. Still has more or less a lot of the problems that I mentioned before. And really the only reason why people, from my understanding, run the risk of like everything breaking on them like this is just because it's a cheaper software. That's really the only reason why I can tell. Speaking of which, there we go. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, I tend to be a little bit of a spastic saver at times too. Okay. Man, that is definitely not a circle. It's good enough. It's good enough for the rough we're working with, though, I think. So out here, I think. So that's right here is the halfway point. So I think the highlight would go a little bit like this. If it were flipped. Yeah, maybe. I think. That's probably good. Yeah, life just has a tendency to get in the way like that sometimes. That's just how it be. That's just how it be. Actually, I should probably see if I can map the pen tool to one of my pen buttons. Because I have that, you know, as default in Photoshop. And because that's mainly the program that I usually work with, that's just what instinctively my hand does. I'm gonna see what this hotkey is. If there is one for it. Might have to look this up. Because how Photoshop does it is if you hover over something, it tells you what the hotkey is. Doesn't seem like this one does, so... give me just a quick minute and I'll see if I can find out what this is. Right, it's spacebar. I forgot. Alright. So I'm just going to take this button here. This up. Open my pen settings. Add this program to it. Okay. Want my... Let's see. Want my bottom click to be mapped to keystroke spacebar. Hit OK. And let's see if this worked. It did not. It did not. Okay. Let's maybe try this again. Sorry, again, it's a little bit of a learning experience. Let's try this again. So keyboard, keystroke, spacebar. Okay. Nope, that's definitely not what I wanted. That set it to default. Hang on, let me set this back to normal. Go back to that. Keyboard, keystroke. Clear. Spacebar. Call that ToomBoom Pan. Hit OK. And we'll see what that did. Nothing. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna worry about that later. Not now. Not now. Later. Instead, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Don't ask me why you need cleats in space. I can't answer that. I mean, I guess it might? Let's make the bottom of this a little bit darker. There we go. Then we will work on his little map set here. I think I'm also probably going to keep this bit off. Just make it on the one side. Hey, we've been at this for like a half hour already, and we've done basically nothing. Welcome to the world of animation. There's a good chance, just to put it out there again, there's a good chance we're not gonna see this boy move by the end of the night. As simple as his design is, it's gonna take a little while. That's just how it be. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat with this here, and I'm going to go to the overlay layer. I'm just gonna draw over this little fella here. And then mount, grab it, and just flip that over, move it on over here. Let's see, put like thumbnail space away. It's about that right there, I think. Perfect. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is take this bit and just lean it over a smidge. Maybe down some. Just so it has a little bit less of a curve. And then just move that boy right here. Erase this bit underneath. And then I'll just select that, cut it, go back to the layer underneath, and then paste it. And we're all good. Perfect. Yeah, just for a quick second. There's a little bug boy. Okay. So now this might get a little bit harder, but we'll see. Can't tell if I wanted to add a little bit of thickness to this or not. Or if I just wanted flat against his chest here. Let's just give it a little bit. Tiny, tiny bit. I might even just, when the time comes, I might even just, make this line here a little bit thicker. And then that way it's just like the smallest hint of there being, some depth to it. There, so just like making it thick like this. Yeah, I've definitely had that happen before. Where just you get so many ideas that you want to do instead that it just don't want to. Yeah, I've definitely had that happen a handful of times. Okay, so we're just gonna flip this over. Down a bit. I think what I'm gonna do is cut that, put it in my underlay layer, just as reference, and then I'm gonna draw on it over top in a different color. So then I can just get the general shape. Just like this. A handful. Just a handful of sneakier ones. There. And then I'm just gonna make this stand out a tiny bit from his chest. Not too much, but just a tiny bit. That's looking real cartoony. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's a lot of curve. A lot of curve to it. That's definitely not a full flip, though. I did not catch that. Let me just measure this out. It's just like tiny bit of thickness in between that big old circle. I mean, it very well just could look bad. I'm not Yeah, again, don't totally know what I'm doing yet. And again, it's my design, so if it doesn't work out, I can just get rid of it. If I don't feel like drawing it, I can just not draw it. I think what I'm gonna do here, though, is just draw for this part. Just select this and just smush it down. And that way, put it in this little tiny bit of perspective. Yeah, I'm definitely not that fond of how this is looking so far, though. I think this box is just a little bit too... Up again. Stick it back here. So I'm trying to figure this stuff out. How's everybody in chat doing? We got 4 people watching, and one of them is probably me. So what's up? How you doing? What you got going on this weekend? You know, all that kind of thing. Okay, nice, nice. I hope I'm not being too much of a distraction from that. But I know a lot of artists tend to be pretty decent multitaskers, so pretty confident that you're doing okay. Actually, since that's in perspective, it should probably be a lot closer, I imagine. I'll just smush these down too. There, slide them on over. Just check to see how that looks by just opening this up here. If it works. It didn't like that a whole lot. That's probably not a good sign. Oops. I don't know if I've gotten around to seeing it got... Oh, I'm sure your game's not that bad unless your partners aren't very good. So yeah, opening this was a mistake. Not really liking this a whole lot, so I'm just gonna give it, just gonna give it a tiny bit to think it over. And then, if it decides that it just doesn't want any today, then I'll just, close everything down and try again. Although this could prove to be a little bit of an issue, admittedly, because when I have a program, well, this one in particular, if I have this, up here, it tends to not open correctly on this monitor, and unless I close it, oh, there's my fan kicking in. Yeah, it's really not liking this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to Control-Alt-Delete my way out of this one. This could cause some issues with the stream, and I don't know how well this is gonna go. This could be problematic. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna Control-Alt-Delete. Oh. That's really not responding. Yeah, so probably lost a little bit of work, but that's not too big of a deal, I don't think. Yeah, gonna have to go about it this way. Alrighty. Let's just start this task manager up. And kill you off. There you go. Alrighty. Okay, so I don't really know what's gonna happen when I open this up. Because again, this has a little bit of an issue when it opens up on that monitor. And yeah, I think since it closed in this one, it's probably going to just open in this one by default. Unless I maybe slide this on over here, then maybe see what happens. Yeah, it's opening on this one and it's gonna crash. This could cause some problems. Alright. So, I am going to see what happens. I'm gonna have to Alt-Delete my way out of this one as well. So, what I'm gonna have to do is this recording software also has a little bit. It can get a little bit temperamental if I don't if I like change how it's displaying partway through a stream. I had a really major crash happen a little while ago. So I think what I'm gonna try and do, I have no idea how bad this is gonna go. No, I'm using XSplit? Yeah, that one. So what I'm gonna do, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna unplug this monitor, and it's probably gonna lose feed. Yep, it lost feed. Okay. So now, I'm just going to open this up on this monitor. And it should open fine. I'm not really sure how much progress we lost, but it's probably... Let's see. It's a decent chunk. It's a decent chunk, but that's not a big deal. So then I'm going to plug this on back in. If it's gonna be reasonable about it. So there we are. I'm gonna see if it records again. Yeah, seems like we're back fine. So that's good. So just gonna slide this on back over. Actually, I'm gonna put this over here first. And I'm gonna see if I can actually get this drawing layer open. I think it's just temperamental with how like on what monitor it's open for some reason. Although it doesn't seem like it's going to be reasonable anyways, because I just, for whatever reason, it is just not displaying the line work that I've done on the line art layer. So that could cause an issue or two later. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to keep going with this and hope it goes fine. Just going to keep our fingers crossed. Just keep them crossed and hope nothing breaks again. So yeah. Back on in here again. Although, okay, that's good. Alright, oh, there it is there. Okay, perfect. It must have just been because I didn't select my layer. That is good. That is good. Alright. So, lost a little bit of progress, but again, not that big of a deal. Although, yeah, it's reset my brushes, though. That's a little bit of a problem. Has a tendency to just reset them whenever it closes, so that could be problematic. But again, it's not like I'm getting paid for this, so I'm just gonna pretend everything's okay and not worry about it. We can just take our time. That's the eraser tool. That's not helpful. So what I think I'm probably going to end up doing here is, tonight in particular, is I'm going to finish up with this this keyframe here that we're working on. And then once that's done, I'm probably going to build a little bit of this rig, probably not all of it, because I don't really want to be up too terribly late at night. Yeah, I'll build part of this guy's rig, and then I'll probably pick it up again tomorrow. It probably won't be like a full day stream or anything, yeah, just a little bit more, probably in the late afternoon to evening. What's an animation stream without some breaking? No stream of mine, that's for sure. Those highlights again. There we go. That's better cheat. Give that a tiny bit of a curve. Not too much. There we go. Let's just hit that save button again just in case. What's really helpful about this program in particular is that if you have work done on it and haven't saved it, then it'll just give that little asterisk up there. So it doesn't really keep track of how long it's been, but you know, it is still pretty helpful. Actually, is that lining up? Yeah, that's good. Oh, hello. How'd go? Also, I'm sorry you couldn't sleep. That's unfortunate. Let's just cheat with that line tool again. There we go. Insomnia Club is probably not a fun club to be in. I've been a handful of times during my life, but it's definitely not a consistent problem for me like it can be for some other people. Okay, so let's keep that, flip that over again, and just move that about there. Okay. And we'll just flatten that out a little bit. There. That, and then we'll bump that back down into the other layer again. Why are you taking off algebra? It's been going on for just a little over an hour now. We ran into our small handful of problems here and there. So, you know, haven't really made all that much progress. He's a far cry from moving anytime soon. But, you know, not the biggest of deals. Not the biggest of deals. I mean, you know, aside from you people waste your time watching this. But that's a-okay. That's a-okay. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Take that and move that over here. And then I'll give another go at trying to draw this out. Let's put that in black again. Oh well, at least I'm helping with that. Glad for that, at least. the curve again. And again, if this doesn't turn out quite the way that I want it to, then all I have to do is just not draw it. Yeah, sounds are definitely happening. I don't know about them being good sounds. Yeah, it's like our animation's done already. Just gotta get our beats going. There we go. All done. I would know enough about Fortnite to know which dance that is. Okay. So now the reason why I wanted this panel open here is because what I can do is just zoom in there, and there's that bit, but not obscured or anything else by any of the rest of the stuff in there. So I can just look at it all on its own. Oh, we want to request for Death by Glamour specifically. I'm going through the soundtrack like all on its, like in order. So it would definitely take a long while to get to that one, but I can skip ahead if we want. Just give me a minute to find it. Let me grab that. There we go. There's the theme of your boy. There you go. That's muted. That's not helpful. There we go. All for you, Algebra. Yeah, I figured that the soundtrack for Undertale might be appropriate considering, like, you know, the sequel or whatever that came out recently. Plus, I just like its soundtrack, so we'll get to the meme song eventually. Don't you worry. You know, here's where having dumb drawings like this up gets fun. Now, if I'm gonna be totally honest, I like Death by Glamour. It's a pretty good jam, but I think I personally like his theme from the Genocide run a lot better. It's just a shame that you only really hear it for like 30 seconds. Okay, Kank, you lost me real fast. You lost me in a real big hurry. Where is this chat going? Oh yeah, a lot of the music is really good. Which, you know, not gonna spoil anything about that, about Deltarune or anything, but, I don't think I like the music quite as much overall in that one, personally. I think most of it's okay, but there haven't really, like, there wasn't really quite as many really standout tracks for me. So not quite as big of a fan, but I think it's all right. Definitely interested to see where he ends up going with this. Okay. Volumes used to be defined as a weight of exactly 1 kilogram. This radiation and shredding mass is a thing. One weight that was used to measure exactly 1 weight. Okay. I think I maybe kind of sort of understand, possibly. Oh, hey, look! Huh, I guess I just needed to relaunch the program. This button actually works after all. That's helpful. Good. I'm glad. Wait. Okay. Now it's fine. So let's just... I think I'm gonna move this over a tiny bit. And there, maybe. Just erase this line here. Select that. And there we go. Alright, and then I'll just hide that. There we go. There's our boy. Okay. So then what I'm gonna do is drag this keyframe back 1. So there's his little feet. I'm gonna take... First off, I'm gonna take this and bump it down into that layer again. Take that. Then I am going to Just very, very slightly. Oh boy, it doesn't like this a whole lot. I'm just very slightly trying to bump him over to line his feet up with his feet there. Although it seems like I haven't quite drawn them on the right horizon, so that could get a little bit tricky. Yeah, I'll just move it over a tiny bit and see what it looks like. Okay, so I will save that. I think what I'm just going to do to cheat again is just grab this boot and just bump that down until it lines up again. And then stretch these down. And then take this boot and bump it up. His feet are going to slide a little bit, but that should be okay, I think. So then we're going to move this over, and then extend that out to there. Copy those frames, and then paste them there where he flips again. Oh, the sound came back on. That's not good. Okay, so now we've got our boy just flipping around, doing his thing. Perfect. Okay. Alright, hope it goes better this time. Okay, so now that we've got this saved out again, what we're gonna do now, let's go to this frame here. And we're going to try to build our rig. So I think where I'm gonna start is the body. I'm trying to decide how exactly I want to go about building this. Because what I could do is separate all of these pieces entirely. Have like an upper body, a belt line, and then the lower body. Or have it all one piece. I know at the very least I'm gonna have to separate this bit. But outside of that I'm not sure. I think I am gonna separate it. Just see how it goes. Okay. So, what I'm going to do here is find these roughs and then start building our pieces. So I'll just make a new drawing. And we'll call this drawing, where should we start building? We'll make an upper body. Add and close. So what I'm gonna do to start is just make like a default color fill and then go back in and make these colors what I want them to be later. So just duplicate that black, double click on that, and just get maybe about there is probably good. We'll just keep that as new 0 since that's going to change later anyways. So we get this black. I grab this pencil tool, and that all looks like it's good. Not quite sure what I'll keep that line work as. Okay. I think what I'll do is I will keep this. Have a fixed brush size. Yes, fixed width. Okay. So keep it a fixed width. Here. I'll bump that down to maybe. Let's go with an even 5. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that didn't really keep a fixed width, did it? Still tapering off at the ends. A little bit. Oh no, that's the brush. That's not good. We want the pencil tool. That's our problem. You want fixed thickness. You want to bump that up to 5. There we go. Alright. That's better, I think. Okay. We've got our upper body here. So we will... Maybe the belt should go on an overlay layer, actually. That might work better. Yeah, I'll maybe do that. What I'm gonna do here is draw out here, really nice and loose. Just like that. Then I'm just going to grab this tool. I'm going to line up these two edges here. Also, this zooming in this close on this red is probably going to hurt your eyes, so I'm sorry. Just gonna move this around until we get something nice looking. Maybe delete a few of these so we can get smoother curves. And maybe regret doing that pretty quickly. Always check over here to see how that looks. Which part of the soundtrack is this one? Oh, it's for the fans one. Okay. I don't want to listen to that one right now. I want to go and find the Mettaton X theme because I like that one better. Oh no, that's the Neo theme. Right, of course. Because putting Mettaton X into that search box does not make good things happen. There we go. This one. Nope, don't want to move it out there. Alright, bump this down a bit. No, that's definitely gonna need another vertice down there. Okay, I'm having a realization that this was gonna get a little bit repetitive after a while, so I think I might have changed my mind. This isn't a good one to listen to, especially not for 15 minutes. So let me just grab another one. I don't know if it's time for the meme song just yet. That might come a little later. Actually, you know what this is? Do you know what this theme is? This is the same melody as the Genocide Run Undyne theme, but not as good. Let me just get rid of that and do this instead. There we go. Same thing. Okay, I'll do Tem next. I'll do Tem next. Okay. I was thinking of maybe going in order, but not when the songs are like 50 minutes long. Okay, so grab all this. Oh right, I need to be on this tool. Okay. Select all that, make it black again. Then, I don't know... Okay, I think it's this one? No, it's this one. Nope. I don't remember... No, it is this one. Okay. So what that does is it brings the line from this layer down into the color art layer, so I can just have it filled in all on its own. And this is going to hurt after a little while, I feel. Let's just fill that in with that instead, so it's not as bad. Then I can't see what I'm doing on this layer anymore. I think I'm going to go to another new layer. And then draw on there instead, and then just go back. I think what I'll do... Still not quite sure how this is going to end up looking in the end. So I think what I'm going to do is bump this down. Actually, before I start messing with this, I'm going to go to my roughs, go to this layer here, and I'll just mark down 5, and then I'll also mark down 3. Back to here. Now this one's a banger. Alright. So then these strokes, and we'll bump that down to 3 now. And then maybe throw that onion skin on so I can see what that last bit is. I hate this, like, spiderwebby thing that it does. See, this one didn't even make that, because these points are too far away. This isn't really exactly ideal to work with, because in order to reach the delete button, my arms have to cross pretty far. Pretty big stretch. What is this looking like here? Not too bad, not too bad. Side. We'll see how this is looking over here. Also, if you feel like I'm not being quite entertaining enough, you're more than welcome to throw questions or anything at me. Because I don't think, I don't know if I'm gonna be quite enough on my own. But we'll see. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this back frame, paste that, make that black. Oh, it didn't cut all of it. That's not good. Okay, cut it, back a frame, paste it, make it black. Fill that with that color. Good. Alright. So then we will delete that. Then, what we're gonna do is we will take this, and where did this go? Up here, okay. So, how I think we're gonna organize this is make a group out of this. So I'll stick this here. And then I'll cut that. paste that in there. Plug it into the import. And then I'll add a little composite there. Plug that in. Plug that into the output. Exit out of it. And plug it in. And our image is still missing. I'm not quite sure what I've done wrong here. Oh, we'll just back things up to where we were before. There we go. Yeah, see, all this spaghetti stuff is very confusing. Actually, let's see instead if it works if I take this and add a peg to it first. Control P. There we go, there's our peg. Now we'll try cutting that, going into that group, pasting that in there. So take that, add our composite again, plug that in, plug that out, and still not really working. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but we'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out when it gets more important. Oh, interesting. Okay. Ah, it's because I'm a moron and I'm plugging it in underneath my roughs. That's what the problem is. I get it now. Alright. Let's try this again. I don't know if it needs another composite up here. We'll see. I don't really have a whole lot of experience building rigs this way, so we'll see how things go. Plug that group in. There's our piece. Yep, I'm just stupid, everybody. No need to worry. Alright. So now we've got this piece in here, so we'll drag this down a long way so we have more space to work with. Move this over. And then we'll just take this group. I will rename it. ASTRO Dan. So there's our boy right here. Everything that goes under here is going to be part of our boy. Just dive back into this. And I'll rename this as well. There we go. then what we'll do is we'll go up to this peg here, and we'll go with this there. And now, how it's defaulted is that this is our rotation point that it's made. So if I try and move this, it's not good. So what I'm gonna do instead is go up to this tool here, and I'll just move this pivot point so that it's down here. So now, when we go to move it, it's moving from down there instead. So, it doesn't really matter so much for this piece here, but it's gonna matter a lot more when we get onto like arms and the head and things like that. So, that's what we're gonna do with that. There we go. Okay, so now we're starting to get somewhere. So what I'm gonna do now is make a new drawing, and this one is going to be low. Come on now. Lower body. Now, ordinarily what you do is, if you were to have multiple characters in the shot, then you would start like this. You put, like, their name and then underscore and then whatever after the fact, you know, that kind of thing. Because if you don't do this, and you put in another character, it's just gonna break everything. So, highly recommend against doing that. Since we just have this one boy in here right now, we're not gonna worry too much about it. Let's go with what song to do next? Let's go with Bergen Trucking. Why not? I mean, it's certainly nothing that I'm you know, ill-practiced with. I had to build multiple characters for my my final film, and had to work with multiple characters on the production that I was on, which I'm hoping to be able to talk to you about soon. But right, I forgot about Tem Time. Scrap Bergen Trucking. Let's do that instead. That's too many tabs open. There we go. There you go. It's been forever since I've heard this last. Here we go. We'll just make this a circle to make it easy. Although I don't really know where the circle went. That's because it's layered underneath again. I'm a moron. Alright. Let's do this correctly this time. I don't know if this is gonna actually work if I draw it. Oh, looks like it does. That's good. Let's just put this into place. Scoot that over a little bit. That's not what I want. That's lining up fine over there, but I think we're gonna need more points to get it to look right on this end. Ooh, that doesn't loop correctly. That's not good. Yeah, his bottom isn't a perfect circle. It's a little bit off. So I think that's not on the layer that I probably should have drawn this on. Hang on. Cut that. Paste that in layers instead. Alright. So then, going to put that back down to 3 again. Probably doesn't matter. That's on brushes, so it actually doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go back to standard pencil. Bump that down to 3. Just do swoop like that. Nope, not quite that. Okay. Smooth this out a little bit. Where are we at now? Still pretty jagged. Man, that song just does not loop very well at all, does it? Okay, how's that looking? Maybe a little bit smoother. Yeah, that's probably okay, I think. Good, okay. Let's do the same thing as last time. Bump that down, and there we go. So now, does that mean that I don't need to plug in that input one? I guess not. Well, we'll just see if it breaks everything later. So then add another peg to that one. And we'll change the pivot point to around here instead. Perfect. Okay. Actually, I'm going to lock this now, so that I don't have to grab it by accident anymore. There we go. All better. So, again, my experience with doing this stuff is really, really minimal, so I don't know quite what I'm doing here. But try and select both of these and see what happens if I hit Control P. Hey! Perfect! That works out great, alright. I'm glad I'm able to do that. Alright, so we're gonna rename this peg to just be body P, and then we'll put that pivot point around there-ish. So now what we can do is we'll be able to take his upper body and move it around independently from this part of his body. Perfect. Alright. Gonna try my absolute best to keep this organized, but as we've seen, it's only so far we can take that. Only so much we can do. Then, I think what I'll do... I think I'll do the head next, because that's also one that I'm not totally sure how to go about. So what I'll do is we'll add another drawing again. Do head base. So then grab that head, put it in here with everything else. I'll probably make a separate composite for all of the body pieces that'll filter in through here in order to, again, keep things organized. Yeah, I'm gonna like do a little sweeping motion with it. You know, that's when I get around to it. It's probably a long ways away from now. So now what we'll do, go to that layer again, put black, then go to that pencil tool, grab, well no, we'll want to do this. So we'll go back up to 5, make another circle. Ah, see, now we're running into layering issues. So those will be fun to fix in a little bit. There we go. Actually, we'll just move this over here and plug them in the front. And that should fix it, at least for now. That's not gonna fix it with all of these. You really haven't missed all that much, Abby, all things considered. We mostly just traced this boy to flip him to the other side, and mostly just rig building. So, not really too much of anything. Oh yeah, it's a fantastic Alrighty. Then going to bump that down again. And can't see what the stuff underneath is anymore. Perfect. Alright, so let's add another peg to that. And then further still, I'm going to add another peg, but this one will just be, if I can rename that one, just the head peg. So then I can just attach everything that goes on that head to that there. And I'll take that and put that pivot point around there, and then do my best to try and line this one up as well. There we go. So now, here is definitely where things are going to get a little bit trickier. Because what I want to do is I want to take, let me just disable all these temporarily. What I want to do is I want to take this bit here, like this visor area, and I want to try and make it mask itself onto the head. And my experience doing this is next to none, so I have exactly zero idea how this is going to turn out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll also bump that line value back down again to about 3. And we'll have to make another drawing layer for that as well. So go with head, visor. Find it. Cut it. Put it in with everything else. Actually, I think here is where I'm going to need a head composite now. Let's go with, right, that one. Nope, he's still a long ways from dancing, unfortunately. Long ways. Yeah, just a really bad quality flipbook, basically. Alright, so now we've got a head composition. So plug these two in, and then plug that into there instead. That'll keep things a little bit better organized. So then in this head composition I'll have his head, his visor, and then that little highlight thing he's got. Take that there. Put that there. That's on the color layer. There we go. And that's back down to 3 again. Oh, good. Song's over. So let's go with... Go with... There we go. Other meme music. So we've got a handful of new people in since last I asked, so how are we doing? How are things going? Yeah, it is getting a little bit on the late side, so it's fair for people to be getting sleepy at this point. I'm a little bit myself too, to be fair. I started drawing this with the wrong color again. That's better. Yeah, it seems like you've been quite a bit busy over the last little bit. Hope you're taking enough time to yourself with everything going on. Oh, why would you want to do that, though? See, now if you do that, then I'm just gonna feel obligated to do more garbage things like this. And I don't think people are gonna want that. Yeah, I don't know how Abysme does so many things. He's ripping off the podcast like 4 times over. He's not a lawyer. Always so busy. Oh, that's good. I mean, not the overtime thing. I know overtime is pretty awful. There was a time where I had to work overtime until about I think 2 in the morning or so, and it was awful. And I hope I never have to do something like that again. That join up correctly? Nope, still 2 pieces. I think. Nope, I think it's connected. Alright. Perfect. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll keep using that one placeholder color for this bar up top here. Then what I'm going to do is I'll make a new one, I will make a gradient that I think would be okay to keep linear. So I'll just keep it as a placeholder for right now. So I'll just make first color that one, and then I'll make the other color a much lighter one. Actually, let's keep that one dark. There we go. And then just paint it like that. That's not quite what I want. I don't know why it's not going in quite the right direction that I'm looking for. I'm wanting to try and get it like the same way that I have it here, but I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong exactly. Unless it's a setting in here, maybe. Maybe set it to that instead. We're starting to get there. Up. Maybe. Yeah, alright, that's good enough. Okay. Now that we've got that done, add a peg to that. And then we'll activate all those again. And I think I'll move the peg to around there, maybe? Would probably be reasonable. So I'm gonna have to probably do some light Googling to remember how to go about putting cutters in here. The thing what I'll have to do here is... Alright, I think I remember how to do cutters, for one thing. So what I'll have to do is go to my node library, get a cutter, put that in there. Although that's not looking quite the way that I remember, so that's getting a little bit nervous now. Just want to put image in there, feed it back out again, and then we want to add a mask that looks the same as his head base, but specifically the color art for it. So we'll copy that. Again, I have no idea if this is gonna work right. We went over the overall thoughts on ToomBoom B Flash before. I personally cannot stand working in Flash. It's not. It's not good. I might have a bias from starting in ToomBoom first, but the Flash toolset is not as nice the drawing tools are not just flat out not as good because it's just designed. It's designed for like vector-based stuff. It's designed for vector-based stuff instead, which I don't personally like. I like it to have both the vector and the drawing stuff available. And I also like using a program that, isn't like, capable of just, ruining everything at just like the drop of a pin. Which Flash has a tendency to do at times. And I just feel like there's not as much as you can do in Flash, just, and I think most of that just comes from it being a cheaper program overall. So yeah, I think that basically covers everything. Okay, so what we want is another drawing. And we'll name this one... Head, visor, mat. And then we'll rename this in the meantime. And make it head, visor, cutter. And we want this inverted, I think. Close that. Grab this, cut it, paste that there. We'll put that in there. So now, since there's nothing in it, it's gone. So then we'll take this head base. We'll take that part, and we'll go into that mat, and we'll paste it. And there it is! Hey, what do you know? It worked! Perfect! That's excellent. Although it's not quite a perfect cut. So that's not exact. Though... I think I might be okay with that being a little bit thinner than the rest of it. I think I might be okay with that. Yeah, I think I'll be alright with that. That's fine. If I run into issues with it, I can always fix it later. Okay. So that all is plugged in correctly. So then what I want to do is add that little highlight. So I'll just disable all these. And right. Add yet more drawing layers. So we'll add in head highlights. Close. I'm really not sure where these cameras came from, but I don't think we need them. So just pretend that they are never there in the first place. Let's put that in there. What's up? That around there. Then add a peg. Oh, hey, that one's done. Let's then go with... I don't know, guys. Do you think it's about time for me to start playing that meme song? Is it about that time of night? Alright, meme song o'clock. Alright. Perfect. Where is it? There it is. Perfect. That's definitely not what I want. Let's see. Ugh, it's so low quality I can barely see what I'm trying to match up with. Alright, that's probably good. I haven't really decided on a color scheme yet for this guy, but we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. I could reasonably just steal the one off of the version that I did from college, but it wasn't that great, so. I don't think it's really that it got worse so much. It's just, you know, zooming in to a certain point. And plus it's just, like, certain areas of this. Like, this false gradient that I added to this just makes it not good. It makes it very challenging to see what I'm trying to work with. Okay. So now what we'll do is this down, and then we'll just get plain old white, fill those in, and then just go back to the layer art and just delete it because we don't need it. So I'm not really too happy with how that one looks. So I think I'll smooth that out a tiny bit more. Now I think that's okay. Alright, so now turn all of this stuff back on. And then we'll take this layer. And again, don't really know what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna try and add a transparency layer. If I can find out where it is. Remove transparency. Oh, it's speed lines. That'd be fun to play with later. Alright, transparency. So I think all I need to do is just plug that in, and then plug that in. Hey! It just set it to a default already. Perfect. think all I need to do is just go to layer properties. I can turn that up. Yep. So I can just turn that up or down as need be. So I think maybe 70 might do. No, maybe a little bit further down. But that doesn't seem to really do all that much. Yeah, he's all dark. Huh. I set it down to like... Although maybe I'm going the wrong way with this. Ah, yes, okay. That's a little bit confusing. When you change the layer properties here, it's the level. You're changing the level of transparency that it has, not the layer of visibility. If that makes any sense. There we go. That's probably fine. Yeah, he's a little bit on the dark and edgy side. Again, very likely going to be changing this color scheme later. So now, there's all those done. So I think I might make things easier still, or more organized still, and put all of these guys in one group. Selection. There we go. So let's just rename that to head group. There we go. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Not quite, but almost. So... There's that peg. That one. There we go, there's the head peg. So we want everything plugged into this one. And then maybe the mat too. There we go. So now we'll take all of these and then just disable them so that I can see what I'm doing again. I think I'll work on his backpack next. So we'll make a backpack front and a side and a tube and I'll just have that mean antenna. And then that for the ball on the end. So then we'll just cut all those, dive back into there, paste all those in. Okay. So we'll start, save first, start with the front of his backpack. Oh hey Hyper, how you doing? That's not really a kid, but actually, let's see if I can get a kid for you. There you go, Hyper. How's this boy? Is this one good? You like that one? Right, I feel like I didn't set the pivot point on that bit there. Oh, you missed it? Okay, I'll just set it in your DMs then. There you go. Yep, definitely didn't set that pivot point. Alright. Let's put it there. Perfect. Okay. Back out. Turn that back off again. And let's get started on that backpack. So we'll want to bump that back up to 5. Glad to hear. Again, drew on the layer I wasn't supposed to. Perfect. Great. Love when I'm not smart enough to bump back up to layer again. My favorite. Gotta need surgery precision to line these up. There we go. I think that bit's mostly fine. How's that looking over in here? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, how is this here? Not too shabby, I think. Not too shabby. Alrighty. Now we just gotta make it that default color again. Add a peg. Okay. So now I think is where I'm going to make that group. Just name it backpack. And now we've got spaghetti mess. Perfect. Don't want all of this plugged in just yet. We just want the front of this backpack right now. Okay, so I don't remember what this composite is for. So what do we want our next jam to be? Alright, so your sun piece in there. Oh, I don't think I could do Space Jam. Because again, I'm trying to stick with like more gamey soundtracks since they're like a little bit more copyright safer. um oh, I know what I can do that's probably more or less hopefully safe. I mean, the video might get claimed by the guy who makes this, but you know, it's whatever. There you go. Let's just actively make it worse for you. Good old lullaby music. Black. I think we're still on 5? Yeah. Okay. You recognize that, but you're not quite sure what it is? Or do you know? I've actually been quite nasty with this lullaby stuff before. I have a friend that we'd often listen to stuff together with, and there's been a handful of times where he's just passed out in the middle of something because he's just too tired. So we'll just put on this for like a good maybe 20 minutes or so, and then just jump right into like bass boostingly loud horrible version of it instead. Usually doesn't appreciate that too much. Alright. There we go. I'm honestly kind of surprised we haven't run into too many, like, really, really, like, serious layering issues yet. Because I've had a handful with other stuff where I've had to bump things forward in Z depth to push it in front. But I haven't had that happen yet here. Kind of surprised by it. I imagine it's probably just gonna be a matter of time, really. So now let's get that plugged in. Right, we forgot to change these pivot points. So let's put that one there. Nope, that's on the art. That's not what we want. We want on the actual pivot point. Excuse me. Nope. We want that about here, I think. And then move this one to about there. So see, what I'll do when I actually do get around to moving this is to kind of give it like a little bit of an illusion of depth. Is I'll try and like move this a tiny bit in, and I'll have to cheat it a little bit with like extending it out, but I'll just thin it out a tiny bit, and then it'll look like it's kind of changing in perspective. Yeah, it's a little bit spooky. Okay. So then we want the tube. I think I'm a little bit wary. Again, I wanna try it. Like aside from this dumb jokey thing, I wanna try and stick mostly to gaming stuff again to try and be a little bit safe about it. But yeah, you should be able to DM stuff fine. Although I don't know how much longer I'm gonna end up streaming for because it's starting to get a little bit late. And I know we haven't really done all that much here, but yeah, I don't really think that I want to spend my entire night working on this. Save to be sure. Alright, let's go back to Bear. 5 is good. So then pencil, line art. Nope, not the right color. There's always something. There's always something I forget. Just that. And then I'll just bump that down to 3 and make those little stripes. This is almost sounding like Harry Potter music when it's like this. Alright, what have you sent me? What is this? What is this from? Is this game music? Is this Touhou music? Is that what this is? Is it safe? I'm gonna trust you. What is it? Oh yeah, it's Touhou. I mean, a handful of times, at least once or twice. Oh, I hate doing this. I hate trying to line up these points. Although there's probably actually a tool that will just line them up a lot more easily, but I don't know where that would be. I might actually look into that at some point soon, see if there's just a button I can press that will just connect 2 points together. I really don't like this shape when it's separated from everything else. Yeah, no, this is fine. This kind of tubing design reminds me of a character that I did back when I was in college for like a really short assignment. Actually, I'll see if I can find him. There we go. Here he is. Here's my boy. This one right here. Yeah. I remember him. That was a fun design. His tubing doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but, you know, it's fine. Also, yes, this screen here, for, like, the project that I was doing, with him, like, I made it a dumb emoji face exclusively for the purpose of doing a dumb, like, poop emoji joke, later on in it. So, yeah, that was... that was an interesting project. Interesting for a lot of reasons, actually. Because the whole point in that assignment was that we were supposed to design 3 different characters, and basically just create them to fit this pre-made cheesy garbage script that somebody, I guess maybe Professor, wrote, and the whole plot line was focused on the villain, which, you know, is that guy. Yeah, PB was the name of the one. It was all about, like, the villain wanting to have the hero, like, have its brain swapped with a pet or animal character, and I ended up picking a jellyfish because of the gag that, like, you know, jellyfish don't have those. So, yeah, that was the joke with that. And then, this character just started to get, like, more and more tragic as it went along. Because, like, I made, like, this little, like, blueprint thing, that was really poorly drawn over in the corner of his laboratory here, this bit here, and, we came up with the joke that, like, because he has a claw for a hand, when his brain got put in that kind of jar thing, and he got that claw, he lost his dominant drawing hand, so that's why all of his plans are close to illegible. Poor boy. Okay, I think that's probably good. Then fill it with the default color. Alright. Put a peg on it. I don't know why that doesn't want to be plugged in with everything else. Oh, because I'm plugging it in the wrong way. That's why. Okay. So now take that peg, move it to around here. I think would probably be best for it. And that's that. All right. Although it probably should be parented to the side of the backpack, actually. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So unplug that, plug that in. And I don't know why that bumped it behind. Huh. Well, if this is how parenting is going to work out, then this could cause some problems. Alright, maybe... I don't think those needed to be plugged in, actually. So just unplug them. Plug that in. And it disappears. Okay. I'm very confused. Okay, so I know that parenting works this way. So just take this tube. There we go. Okay, alright. It didn't, like... Okay. Now I see. Now I see. Alright. Let's actually unplug that. Undo all this. Take that. Put another peg on it. We'll maybe name that... Yeah, parenting is how you get, like... Actually, I'll just show you in a sec once I get this added. So let's go with side full here. And then parent that. So now because it's got a peg that's attached to both of these, I can move them both at the same time or just independently from each other, whichever I see fit. So that makes things more convenient. I'll just move that to about there, I think, would be fair. And we are good. So we'll move these over. I have room to mess with these ones. So there's the antenna. Let me just save this. Okay, what song have you sent now? Alright, sure, we'll go with that one. Why not? Alrighty. You take care, Hyper. Okay. Take that, plug it in here. And I think I'll want something just a tiny bit thicker than 5. Let's go with 7, see how that looks. Wrong layer and the wrong color. Perfect. Getting better and better. Alrighty. There we go. So I'll just want to take that and just smooth it on out. There we go. So what I'll probably have to do with this one is draw it, like by hand with every keyframe that it has to go to. What I could do is give it a bone, but I'm not sure how that'll turn out. Little bit apprehensive about that. So maybe give it a peg. Actually, give me just a tiny bit. I'll be back in a short while, and then I'll see if I can sort things out. Okay, I have come back now. Yes. Okay, so what I'm gonna try and do is figure out how to get a bone into this. So basically what that boils down to is, giving it, like, some semblance of, like, a tool to, just, like, curve it a little bit more gradually and more evenly than it would take to draw it bit by bit. So I'm pretty sure it's something to do with this one here. I know that this one shows it. So I think I'd have to turn this stuff off in order to see what I'm doing. So let's grab this bit. So add that bit there. That's not what I want at all. Not even close. Okay. And... there we go. Okay. Let's get it to line up a little bit nicer. Nope, don't want that. There we go. Okay. So now, basically what this do... Let me just... Whoa, okay. Alright. Okay, so that's where that went. Alright. So basically, how this works now is I can take this point, I can just bend it around. Perfect. Okay. So I'm thinking what I'm going to end up doing here is calling it in at the next hour, because it's starting to get pretty late where I am right now. Again, didn't really end up doing all that much in the long run, but that's just, you know, how it be. That's just how animation is. So let's grab this one here. Let's turn all those back on again, since we don't need them to be visible anymore. Let's move those over. That here, more organized. This bit. And I need that to be back down to 5 again. Let's make a nice little circle. Make it a little bit more imperfect so it's not that perfect of a circle. Make it a little bit more natural looking. And then of course just bucket fill it with the default color. Ah, see, now we're running into layering issues. Although I think that's another one that we can just fix by putting this in front again. Yep. So take that. Put a peg on that. Grab those two and put a peg on those. Alright, and now we've got this nice little bit here where if I reach up far enough, I can just grab all of it, and I'm gonna have to change where it's pegged down to, but actually let's turn all this stuff off again. And then we'll take this one, although we need this on. That. Put that peg right there. So it won't let me just... There we go. Put that there. Grab that one, and we'll put it in more or less the same spot. And we'll grab this peg and we'll put this one just at the base. So right around there. How long is this mix that I picked out? Oh, 30 minutes. Alright, nope, that's not happening. Sorry. Alright, let's go with this one. I like this mix. That's a jam right there. Okay, so let's center these a little bit more. A little bit better organized. Alright, so now we got our backpack done. It's a good jam though. Alright, there we go. There's our boy. He's got no arms and no feet, but he's looking not half bad. Actually, I wonder if... Yeah, no, I'd have to be careful about where that that ball ends up going if I use that bend tool. Oh yeah, we forgot his like little control panel thing. Forgot about that. I think I'm basically just going to get these a little bit better organized and then more or less call it a night, because I'm definitely getting pretty tired. That's a little bit nicer looking. That's probably more or less fine. And that should be okay too. Okay, so again, sorry that we didn't really end up getting to all that much of anything, but I'm sure it was interesting to at least, like, somebody out there, maybe, about the rigging process. Um, and, yeah, so I'm thinking that, I've got some other stuff that I have to take care of during, like, the day proper tomorrow. But I probably will do a follow-up stream where, again, I have a pretty good feeling that we're still probably not going to be seeing all that much movement then either. So I might even do like a part 3 on Sunday, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to think on it. But at any rate, I'll play by ear. I'll play by ear and just sort it out as we come to it. So yeah, still don't really know what time the stream tomorrow might end up being, but I'll figure it out. Definitely figure it out. Okay. So again, thanks to everybody for coming out, seeing what there was to see. Hope there was some semblance of entertainment to come out of it. And that's probably about that. Alright, thanks everybody. Good night, all that fun stuff. Gotta figure out how to turn this off again.